The origins of Christianity in Africa. Christianity first came to Africa in the 1st or 2nd century AD and was introduced to the continent by Mark the Evangelist, who is said to have preached in Alexandria, Egypt. The Christian communities in North Africa were among the earliest in the world. Christianity spread across northern Africa, along the Mediterranean and the Red Seas, and was supported by the lower classes who saw it as a form of resistance against the Romans. Legend has it that Christianity was brought from Jerusalem to Alexandria on the Egyptian coast by Mark, one of the 4 evangelists, in 60 AD. This was around the same time or possibly before Christianity spread to northern Europe. Once in North Africa, Christianity spread slowly west from Alexandria and east to Ethiopia through North Africa. Christianity was embraced as the religion of dissent against the expanding Roman Empire. In the 4th century AD, the Ethiopian king Ezana made Christianity the kingdom's official religion. Biblical historical accounts. While many attribute the spread of Christianity in Africa to colonialism, the origins of the religion on the continent actually date much further back, found in biblical accounts. Looking into the Bible's historical accounts, it was found that Africans were part of the early church and the continent was one of the first world regions to receive the gospel. The basis of the Christian faith, an account of the encounter between Philip, an apostle, an Ethiopian Enoch, who was said to be the treasurer of Queen Candace of Ethiopia, was recorded in Acts 8:26-39. The Ethiopian Enoch became a Christian convert and likely returned to his hometown, which is estimated to be Meroe in modern-day Sudan. Simon of Cyrene. Simon of Cyrene, who was recorded to have helped Jesus carry his cross to the crucifixion ground in Luke 23:26, was from a Greek city called Cyrene in the province of Cyrenaica in modern-day Libya. The region had a large Jewish community, as 100,000 Jews from Judea had been forced to settle there. During the reign of Macedonian Greek Emperor Ptolemy Soter in 323 to 385 BC, the large Jewish population would later form the bedrock of the spread of Christianity in the region. The expansion of Christianity in Africa. Christianity reached Africa first in Egypt around the year 50 AD according to historical accounts. Mark the Evangelist became the first bishop of the Alexandria Patriarchate in about the year 43 AD. At first, the church in Alexandria was mainly Greek-speaking. By the end of the 2nd century, the scriptures and the liturgy had been translated into 3 local languages. Christianity also grew in northwestern Africa, today known as the Maghreb, reaching the region around Carthage by the end of the 2nd century. The churches there were linked to the Church of Rome. In the late 15th century, Portuguese traders and missionaries began arriving in West Africa, first in Guinea, Mauritania, the Gambia, Ghana, and Sierra Leone, then Nigeria, and later in the Kingdom of Congo, where they would find success in converting prominent local leaders to Catholicism. During and after the scramble for Africa in the late 19th century, these Christian communities and others began to flourish up and down the coast, as well as in Central and Southern Africa as new missionary activities from Europe started. Christian education in Africa. Christian missionaries were compelled to spread an understanding of their gospel in the native language of the indigenous people they sought to convert. The Bible was then translated and communicated in these native languages. Christian schools did teach English as well as mathematics, philosophy, and values inherent to Western culture and civilization. The conflicting branches of secularism and religiosity within the Christian schools represent a divergence between the various goals of educational institutions within Africa. Current status. There has been tremendous growth in the number of Christians in Africa, coupled by a relative decline in adherence to traditional African religions. In 1900, there were only 9 million Christians in Africa, but by the year 2000, there were an estimated 380 million Christians. In 2020, there were nearly 658 million Christians in Africa, with 760 million expected by 2025, surpassing earlier estimates. In 2020, Christians formed 49% of the continent's population, with Muslims forming 42%. As of 2023, there are an estimated 718 million Christians from all denominations in Africa, and the majority of Africans are Christians. So there you have it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye-bye.